Or Ren and Stimpy? No. Who here loves the Lord? Yeah, me too. Me too. All right. I'm still new to this, so I get nervous, but God's freeing me of that. My name's Chad Timtim. I'm 26. I'm a professional skateboarder. I skate for Element, head-to-toe clothes, board shoes. I grew up in Orange County. I was born and raised in Orange County, and I was raised up in Calvary Chapel, Costa Mesa. And my parents were both involved in ministry there. And went to where did I go? Kindergarten, first grade, and second grade there. And probably when I was about 4 or 5, my parents got a divorce. And that kind of started like that whirlwind of like things just happening in my life. I kind of had like seeds like planted in my life early at Calvary Chapel. And then as soon as my parents got a divorce, I kind of was like misled in a sense that like my dad was there for me, but he wasn't in a way. Like he was there, but like he wasn't there to guide me through my life. So my mom was struggling with this divorce. And okay, let me back up a little bit. I got 2 brothers and I have 3 sisters. And both of my parents have been divorced 3 times. And that was like something that like kind of hurt my heart a lot. I'm gonna get emo right now. I just want to share from my heart, so I'm just gonna. Okay. So let's see. Like as soon as like my parents divorced, my mom was kind of searching for that love again that she couldn't find, and she kind of didn't get plugged into a church after that. Like my dad was like. He was gone, and I didn't see him for like about 8 years. My brothers were split up. They moved with my dad. I was with my sisters, but they were just like, they were with my mom. So I kind of was like, I think around like, right when I was about to go into high school is when like middle school into high school is when I started skating. And that's when like I kind of found like something to live for, I guess. And I just wasn't involved in a church, wasn't involved with like a father figure. My mom was working like everything she can do to support us. And so she was like, me and my sisters were like kind of like on the streets. Like we did whatever we want. And then not necessarily like, she didn't try to like keep a structure because she did a good job. She was a father and a mother. And she just had to do what she had to do to survive and to pay rent and to pay bills and have food on the table for us. But she was never home, so she worked like 2 jobs. And I remember like, our curfew, I was like, I was like 12 years old, like coming home at like 1 in the morning. Like just do whatever I wanted, you know? But going back, like those seeds were planted early. And I knew from like the right decisions and the wrong decisions to make. But I was curious at the same time. And like right around like middle school, going into high school, I found skateboarding. And I like tripped me out. Because I grew up in Orange County, so I had everything available to me. Surfing, like BMXing, snowboarding, I didn't really get into that much, but skating was just right there because it was so instant. And I'm like so ADD at times that I had to like, surfing like took too long to wait for the wave, so I was like, man, I'm gonna get on skateboard because I could learn something right then, you know? So, I mean, I remember like my mom ended up dating many of men, came in through my life, and I was always looking for that father figure, and I was always disappointed and misled. I remember my stepsister now, she's younger than me, her father, they got married, and they were together for 17 years, and I remember the day they got home from their honeymoon, he kind of had like a family meeting, and he told us the day that they got back, my mom didn't even know this, he's like, I'm addicted to heroin. I was like, what? You just married my mom. Like, you guys just got back from your honeymoon. You didn't tell her about this, like, when you were dating? So I was like mad. I was like, man, what's going on right here? So that fueled me to get on my skateboard because I didn't want to be home. Because there was, like, his addiction. My sisters were, like, just freaking out about whatever was, like, going on in the house. Like, it was just an unhappy place to be. It wasn't necessarily, like, we had food. We had a place to, like, rest our heads, but it was just emotionally draining. Every time you stepped in that house, you just did not want to be there. There was a presence there that you just did not want to be in that house. So, no curfew. I skated 12 hours a day, you know? Go to school, come home, skate, go to sleep, same thing over and over. I remember, let's see, right about when I was in, I think 15, 16, my mom and my stepdad started they have like rocky relationships. He'd be in and out of houses of drug recovery houses, and once again that father figure was gone, and he was like, I had a second chance with my stepdad, but he was instantly like not there, and so I continued to search for that father figure, and I couldn't find it, but I found skating again, and I kept moving into that, and that was kind of like what I rested on was my skating. That was everything to me. Everything I ever had was like, I don't want anything else, but I just want to skate. At 15, 16, my mom and my stepdad were like kind of split up, and she couldn't really make ends meet, so I started working. I worked at a restaurant, and I worked at a skate shop, and I went to high school, and I had to help and support and pay rent. My sister, she's 6 years older than me. She moved out. She was living with her boyfriend. My younger sister, she was 8 years younger than me, and she was going to school and stuff. So it was me, my mom, and my little sister in this like one-bedroom apartment. And I remember I 2 jobs, school, and skating. So I had like all these things on my plate at 16, helping pay rent, helping getting food for the house, and I kind of had to grow up fast, same as my sister. She had to help us out when we couldn't work, but she moved out, so it was like kind of up to me to like step up and do that. But I was like, how am I supposed to do this? How am I supposed to be a father to my sister that I've never even had that figure myself? So, let's see. Skating. Skating was there. After work, I get off like 1 in the morning, skate for at least, I don't even care if it was 10 minutes, as long as I could do a kickflip before I went to bed, that's all I needed. that was like my crack, so. Let's see, I got fired from the skate shop, actually, because I didn't show up one time. And that was kind of funny, I thought. And let's see, right after high school, I started getting kind of recognized in skating. And a friend of mine started filming me, and without my acknowledge, he showed my video to, you know who Chet Thomas is? Yeah, they showed his video to Chet Thomas because he lived in the area where I was at. And Chet liked my video, and I got on Globe shoes. I was the first AM on Globe. He started hooking me up at Dwindle Distribution, you know, World Industries, and at the time A-Team, and what else was there? Blind and that stuff. So I started getting hooked up. This was like 1998 when this happened. And then, so I'm in high school, I'm getting sponsored, about to graduate, about to go out in the real world, I guess. And I remember those seeds were kind of planted in me, and I remember going back and having that realization that God's in my life in a way, I guess you could say. But I started getting curious because I never, out of all these times I've had this chance to go out and party, or I don't know, I didn't have a curfew, right? So I could do whatever I want. But I chose to skate instead. That was that basically what saved me. And then as soon as I started graduating high school, I started getting sponsored, started getting paid, I started traveling, and then I got curious. I'm like, dang, what else is out there? Not even necessarily curious, but the whole world was available to me because the companies were sending me everywhere to go skate, to get paid, to go party, to do whatever I had. And it's similar to Christian's story, or a lot of skaters' story, that, you know, drugs were there, yeah. Girls were there, yeah. Skating was there, yeah. I had everything I wanted. I wanted skating, I got it. Whatever I wanted, I had. But I was like Christian was saying, I was searching for something unfulfilled, and I was searching for these things of the flesh. And I remember I come home from I was in Europe one time. I told Richard this. We went out to a club or something like that, and I was so wasted that I couldn't even find our way home to to the hotel, so I just slept out front of the club on this bench. Or actually, I walked trying to find the hotel, and I couldn't find it, so I saw a bench, and I laid down, woke up in the morning, and realized that the hotel was, like, right here. Like, the bench was right there, so I was like, oh, kind of found it, right? I mean, that's just, I don't know, that's just a story. But once again, I was just searching for something. And I've been married for 2 years, and I've been dating me and my wife have been together for 6 years, but we've been married for 2.